In this video, we will discuss how to write the domain and range of a function in interval notation. One of the easiest ways to figure out the domain of a function is to think about dragging a vertical line across your graph from left to right. And when you do that, here's an example of a vertical line being dragged from left to right. What you're going to be checking for is asking yourself, where does your vertical line touch your function? So I'm going to stop here at x equals 1. And just a reminder that when you have any vertical line, it takes on the equation of x equals whatever that value is. So in this case, it is x equals 1. And what you're checking for is, in this particular example, you're looking to see that when x is equal to 1, is there a corresponding y value on the graph? And where the function touches, so right here is where the red line touches our function, we see that we have the ordered pair of 1, -2. So by drawing the this vertical line through any point of the graph, if it touches in one location, we know that there is a corresponding y value, which means that this particular x value, in this case it's x equals 1, is a part of the domain. So let's move our vertical line back to the left side of the graph, and we are going to drag it from left to right. And the entire time we're going to be thinking about, does our graph touch this vertical line? Now, the way that we see it situated right now, it may not look like the function is touching the vertical line. But remember that these arrows that are on the upper parts of the graph, so this arrow here and this arrow here, mean that your graph is going to continue in that direction forever. So in essence, if I draw these little red dotted lines, that's what that means. And if I shrink this graph down and then redraw those dotted lines, let's see if I continue something like that. I know it's slanted just a little bit, but maybe now that you can see that because our graph does continue forever to the left and up and to the right and up, that indeed our graph does touch the vertical line over here. So don't be fooled if you don't think that your vertical line is touching your graph immediately. You do want to make sure you know what your function is going to look like as you extend the graph the way that it's supposed to be extended. So let me zoom back in, and I'm now going to take my vertical line, and as I scroll from left to right, you're going to notice that even though it doesn't seem to be touching, it really does touch as we move up to the left with our function. It touches here, yes, yes, yes. It touches at x equals -5. It does touch at x equals -3. Now it's clearly obviously touching here at x equals 0 and at x equals 1. And it continues to touch forever going to the right. So we will say that our domain goes from -infinity all the way to +infinity. Now, something I left off is at this location right here and this location here, you need to determine if you are going to write a parenthesis or bracket. You will write a bracket if the number that you are considering is included as the final number in your domain. However, when you're dealing with infinity, infinity isn't a number, so it also is this idea that the graph goes forever to the left and forever to the right, so you can't contain, there's no stopping number for this, so you would not put a bracket in that situation. So what you're going to do is put a parenthesis, and the parenthesis means that your graph goes all the way up to -infinity, but it doesn't actually touch or doesn't actually include that value. So now let's check for the range. It's the same concept as domain, but instead of moving a vertical line from the left to the right side of your function, you are going to drag a horizontal line from the bottom to the top of your function. And when you do that, you are checking to see where your function touches. So I'm going to stop here with this horizontal line and ask, does our black parabola touch this blue horizontal line? And the answer is no. So let's continue to drag this horizontal line up, and we're gonna see where it starts to touch. So no, 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 and right there at y equals -3, you can see that our horizontal line finally touches the black parabola, and the value that it starts to touch at is at y equals -3. So let's continue to drag our horizontal line up and see where it's going to continue to touch. So we're going to see that it does continue to touch here, touches here, it touches here, it touches here. And even as we go beyond what seems to be touching our parabola, remember that we mentioned before that these arrows imply that our graph will continue up. And if we were to draw that in, it does seem that even up here, our parabola does touch this line. So what we're noticing is that our range is all y values that are greater than or equal to -3. So the way that we write that in interval notation is we start with the lowest y value, which was -3, and we say that it went from -3 and everything greater. So we're going to say comma infinity, so -3 all the way up to positive infinity. And again, let's go back and consider at this location and this location if we include a parenthesis or a bracket. So I'm relocating this horizontal line back to -3 to ask you, does this horizontal line touch the black parabola? And clearly we can see that it does touch here. This is a closed point. And so as a result, we need to put a bracket next to the -3. Now, let's think about, again, what we had said with infinities. Is there any way to contain infinity? And the answer is no. So because we cannot say that infinity is the end number or the highest number that this graph is going to go up to, because, again, this graph goes on forever, then we do not put a bracket. Instead, we're going to put a parenthesis here. And so that is the domain and the range for this particular example in interval notation. Now let's try a second example of finding domain and range. This is also a function, but in this case it is discontinuous. To find the domain of this graph, we are going to drag a vertical line from left to right. And when we do that, we're going to keep asking, does it touch the black line? In this case, the vertical red line does touch our black line because our black arrow is pointing down and to the left. Yes, it touches. Yes, 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 yes. It touches here. It touches here. It also touches here because there is a closed dot, but it seems that as we move to the right, it's not touching anymore. So our graph is not touching the red line for these values of x. And here at the open circle, it's technically not touching at this open circle, but it's touching everywhere to the right of that. So our domain will go from -infinity because this part of the graph will go forever to the left. So it goes from -infinity all the way to what x value. And as you can see, it stops at -2. So for this first piece of our graph, the domain is -infinity, comma, -2. And notice that the comma is what separates your starting number, your starting x value from your ending x value. Now let's recall the parentheses versus the brackets. On the -infinity, for any version of infinity, positive or negative, it will always be a parenthesis. And at -2, let's check and see if this value is included. So because this is a closed circle, our vertical line is actually touching the graph, which means that we are including x equals -2 in the domain, so we would need a bracket here. Now notice that there is a relatively large piece in between x equals -2 and x equals +3 that is not included. And because of that, we need to start and create a new interval, which means to do that, we are going to use a union symbol, which looks like a U. So we'll draw that in between here. And now we are going to continue with the numbers for our second interval. So at this current location, it looks like the red line is starting to hit the graph around x equals 3, but our graph has an open circle, which means that our vertical line is not actually touching the black graph at that value. So even though it seems to start touching around x equals 3, we cannot include that value, which means we are going to be using a parenthesis here. And then we're going to continue dragging this red line to the right. And in doing so, we're going to see that our function does touch the red line forever because our graph does continue going to the right forever. So that means that when we're writing our second interval, it goes from 3 all the way to positive infinity. And remember that when we write infinity, that we will always end that with a parenthesis, not a bracket. So that's it for domain. Now let's consider the range. If we move a horizontal line from the bottom to the top of our graph and look to see where it's touching our function, you'll notice here that this arrow means that our graph is going to continue to point down, so it eventually will touch our blue horizontal line somewhere over here. So our black function is indeed touching this blue horizontal line, and as we move up, it still continues to touch. Yes, it's touching. Yes, it's touching. Yes, yes, yes. And at y equals 1 is the last location where this blue line is touching our black graph. And notice that here we have a closed circle, which means that we are going to include the y value of 1. So just for that piece, we can say that the range goes from negative infinity, comma, and then the highest y value on that one segment that we got to was positive 1. And again, because this is a closed circle here, a closed point on the graph, we have to include it in a range, so we are going to use a bracket. And then we have this whole segment where it's not touching, no, 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 which means that we are going to need to create a second interval, which means between the two intervals, we need to write our union. And now you're also going to see that here there's an open circle, so it appears to touch at y is equal to 4. So we can write the number 4 down, but because there is the open circle here, you are not going to include that number in the range. So that means that we are going to use a parenthesis at that location. So now let's write our comma, and you're going to notice that our black function here continues to go up and to the right. And as we drag this blue horizontal line up, we're going to see that our black function continues to touch all the way up to infinity, which means to finish the range that we're going to write that it goes from 4 comma all the way up to infinity, and infinities we will always put a parenthesis. And that is the domain and range for this particular function.